days of the 19th century saw the West torn by turbulence and strife. Invaded by desperados and bandits. Before this onslaught, justice faltered and the law stood helpless. Life was filled with terror, and no man could trust another. Then, into the turmoil and havoc of lawlessness, a mysterious figure rose up and came to the people's aid. They called him the Durango Kid.
Worried. I am, Mr. Langtry. I am. I don't see anything to worry about. Everything looks serene and quiet as a church. Besides, we're almost to Jackson. Almost, but we ain't there yet. We've got to go over this pass. Know the name of it? No, what is it? Skeleton Pass. Careful what you say. This may be trouble.
And what do you men want?
To help you folks through the pass. We got some tough going ahead of them.
We'll manage all right.
I'd rather have them with us than against us.
Well, it won't cost you much, stranger, this way. You understand you're bringing stuff through to open up a new store in Jackson City. Folks generally figure it's cheaper to hire us to help them get their stuff through, rather than not get it there at all.
I said we'd manage all right. Thanks just the same. Drive on.
Get out. You should have let them Galdern fellas come along with us. I got a bad feeling.
You're just hungry, Ben. You'll feel better after you eat.
Dang, Eastern dude. Fear nothing because you know nothing.
What'd you say?
Nothing to you. I was just talking to myself. I ain't got time.
Wait a minute, Ben. What's that lying on the road? Looks like the body of a man right in front of us.
It is a man.
Well, stop your horses.
Well, that's just a trick to make us stop. I ain't gonna do it.
Hold them, I said. Trick or no trick. We can't run over them. Stop.
Whoa.
Drink, please.
How'd you get here?
Water.
He's nearly dead.
Water.
We've got to get him to a doctor quick.
I'll take that gun, mister.
What happened to him?
I only nicked him in the hand.
Yeah, but he's out cold. Sight of blood must have scared him, I guess.
Get going.
shinny up a tree and steal wild honey, steal wild honey, steal wild honey, shinny up a tree and steal wild honey, my luck I'd get stung. Dance with a gal from Hobnail Canyon, Hobnail Canyon, Hobnail Canyon, dance with a gal from Hobnail Canyon, she's not the one I brung. Dressed to kill in my brand new breeches, so tight I can't sneeze. Stoop too low to bow to the ladies, where's that barrel, please? Stealing a pie from the chuck house window, chuck house window, chuck house window. Stealing a pie from the chuck house window, my luck I'd get hung. Got a little gadget, I call Sally, I call Sally, I call Sally. Got a little gadget, I call Sally, it points out the gold. Show me where the treasure's buried, treasure's buried, treasure's buried. Show me where the treasure's buried before I get too old. Someday I'll have so much money, I'll walk in, I'll say, I want $9 worth of gumdrop candy, here's the way I pay. I gotta have change for $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Gotta have change for $1,000, then I'll flash my roll. I wouldn't want a woman a-courting me, courting me, courting me. I wouldn't want a woman a-courting me, with my luck she'd be poor. I wouldn't want a woman a-marrying me, marrying me, marrying me. I wouldn't want a woman a-marrying me, with 10 kids round my door. I got no use for a great big diamond shine when I walk past. I never seemed to fool nobody, they'd all swear it was glass. Come up a rain of greenback dollars, greenback dollars, greenback dollars. Come up a rain of greenback dollars, my luck I'd get 4. Help! 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 I'm coming! I'm coming! Steve!
Untie my hands, will you please, stranger?
Stranger? Me?
I don't know you, and I'm sure you don't know me. But if you'll untie my hands and help my friends over there, I'll appreciate it, stranger.
Stranger? I get it.
Hurry, hurry, I must get to a doctor.
I'll have you out of here in a jiffy. The Hood gang must have done this.
Can I help you, stranger? I'm Dr. Middleton. I noticed you were looking for the sheriff, and I thought I'd better tell you he isn't here.
Thank you, doctor. When will he be in?
I'm afraid he won't be in at all. Sheriff Coleman's a very sick man, Mr.
Langtry, Steve Langtry.
Boy, you're hurt, Mr. Langtry.
Yes, it's my hand. I guess I've lost quite a little blood.
Well, I'm the only doctor in these parts. You better come along with me and let me have a look at that hand.
Thanks.
So you're the gentleman who plans on opening a new store here?
I did plan on it. Any chance of blood poisoning, doctor? Is it very serious?
I don't think it amounts to anything, Mr. Langtry.
It's quite painful.
Mm-hmm. What do you plan to do about your load of goods, Mr. Langtry?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know, doctor. I'm hoping the sheriff can help me. Maybe catch those bandits.
I'm afraid the sheriff can't help much. There might be something I can do.
What could you do, doctor?
Well, 2 or 3 times now, I've been able to get things back for the people that have been robbed. You see, folks around here have sort of gotten to trust me. I guess when you're a doctor, folks think you can fix everything, besides sore hands and bullet holes. And they think you're not afraid of anything. But that's not true, Mr. Langtry. I'm scared to death every time I have to take out ransom money and leave it for those bandits.
Ransom, huh? So that's it. How does it work, doctor?
Well, so far it's been like this. A note will come to me telling how much those scoundrels want for the wagons. You give me the money and I take it to the place the note says and leave it. Next morning, your wagons will be back. I don't mind telling you, Mr. Langtry, I'm downright ashamed to have to admit that this is going on in Jackson City.
You can't help it, doctor.
No, I wish I could. Without the sheriff, we're helpless. Tell you the truth, even with the sheriff, things were pretty bad. This whole town's suffering, Mr. Langtry. Nothing can get through that pass. Nobody on earth could make a rumpus like that except Spike Coleman.
Doc, you gotta come out right away. Dad's awful sick. Doc, you gotta come.
All right, calm down. Take it easy, Spike. I'll throw some things in a bag.
Who's the dude, Doc?
This is Steve Langtry, Spike, and that's no way to talk. Spike is Sheriff Coleman's boy.
He's pretty contemptuous of everybody, except the Durango Kid.
Who's the Durango Kid?
Why don't you come along with us, Mr. Langtry? I'd like you to see Sheriff Coleman for yourself.
Oh, I'd better see him later.
No, come along. I can finish telling you about the Hood Gang on the way.
Come on, Doc, please hurry. It's one of the Hoods. Let's get him.
Spike, wait, come back here.
The Durango Kid.
That was a crazy thing to do, Spike.
Well, I figured I could find the bandit's hideout if I followed the outlaw.
Just the same, you shouldn't have chased after him. If it hadn't been for the Durango Kid, you'd have been shot.
Yeah, but if I could caught that bandit, they might have let me been sheriff till Dad gets better. Gee. Oh, we better get back and take care of him right away. How is he, Doctor?
Not so good, Mary.
Can't you do something, Doc?
Well, Spike, I'll try to think of something that will help. You think a lot of the Durango Kid, don't you? Well, sometimes when people are awfully sick, there's a sort of Durango Kid who comes along and helps them, too. Well, maybe he'll come along pretty soon and help you, Dad. Now, suppose you run along and tell Smiley to get me lots of hot water.
All right, Doc.
I'm riding the trail back home. Never again to roam. Riding with the break of dawn, herding cattle all day long. I know that's where I belong. Riding the trail back home. Never again to roam. With Mom and Dad, they will be so glad. I'm riding the trail back home. Riding the trail back home. Never again to roam. With Mom and Dad, they will be so glad. I'm riding the trail back home.
Look at that. We sure put him to sleep, didn't we? Come on, boys, let's go.
Wake up, Smiley, wake up. Wake up.
Gold. I found gold.
You mean you dreamed you found gold? Dad Dad's awful sick, Smiley.
Oh, that's a shame. I'll bet them fellers was making plenty of racket, too, wasn't they?
Oh, they're all right. Doc wants you to get some water and boil it.
Sure. You can help me. Well, we're either fresh out of water or you don't know how to pump. Let me try it. You have to prime it.
Pump harder, Smiley.
I bet it stopped up in here. Maybe it's clogged up again. I believe we better go over to the other pump. Maybe we can get some water there.
Someone to see you, Doctor.
Oh, this is Steve Langtry, Mary.
How do you do, miss? I can see now why the sheriff can't help me.
Yes, he's pretty bad. I was just about to give him an injection.
Oh, here's that note the knife thrower left.
What are you going to do about it?
Seems like a lot of money.
But it's the only practical thing to do. If you'll give me the money, I'll take it out there tonight.
Money for what?
Mr. Langtry's wagons were stolen by the Hood gang this morning, Mary. They want $2,000 for them.
$2,000.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'll have to pay it.
Afraid? Why don't you fight back? Why do you let them force you to pay? If you men keep giving into this gang, we'll have nothing left.
I can't fight back, Miss Coleman. That's your father's job. As Dr. Middleton says, it'd be smarter to pay them. I'm a businessman. I have to be practical.
Well, I wouldn't do it. It seems to me, Mr. Langtry, that practical is just another word for cowardly.
But you don't... Perhaps you're right, miss. Get out of here. Of course, I realize, Doctor, you couldn't have known the Durango Kid would take my money. But what assurance do I have if I give you more, it won't happen again?
I'm sorry, Mr. Langtry.
In fact, to be perfectly frank with you, I wish I had never meddled in this affair at all. But please remember, I was only trying to help you.
I'm grateful to you, but I'll have to think things over. $2,000 is a lot of money.
Hey, stranger, I understand you had a little trouble on Skeleton Path. I heard they took their wagons clear away from you. That should learn you to accept help when folks offer it.
This man a friend of yours, Doctor?
One of my patients, Mr. Lantry, just like you. Now, I want to see that hand again tomorrow, don't forget.
You'll see it.
I told you not to come here. Well, what's on your mind? Get it over with.
Well, boss, I'm scared of the Durango Kid, and I want no part of this deal. He can shoot.
And you can't. You're afraid. Tell me, Fletcher, are you more afraid of the Durango Kid or me?
You, boss.
And get out and get me the Durango Kid. I never went to medical school, but I think I could do a little surgery on him.
Steve, come here, quick! Look, we struck it rich. We're millionaires. We found gold.
What is it?
This is Sally, my gold-finding gadget. And we found gold. Look, it's pulling me.
Well, stay with it.
Yeah!
If you ever come in here again and try to steal my fillings, I'll pull every tooth in your head.
But I never meant to steal nothing. Honest, I didn't. How's a feller gonna keep from having trouble? Trouble's always finding me. Just makes a feller wish he was a plain old hermit. Then the folks would let me be. Anything I start, I always lose my shirt. There seems to be so many places I can get hurt. Why does anybody ever have to hunt trouble? Trouble's always finding me. Trouble's always finding me.
Hello, Lantry.
Hello, Doctor. How's the sheriff?
I'm afraid he doesn't show much improvement.
Well, I have 2 more wagons coming in tomorrow. I'd like to get his advice.
Well, I don't know how he can be of any help to you, but we can try. Smiley, tie my bag on my saddle for me, will you?
Sure.
All right, let's go in.
are you? Oh, no. I remember you. I fooled you. Well, I guess I'd better figure on losing my wagons again. There doesn't seem to be anything else to do.
I don't understand you, Mr. Langtree. Out west, we fight for what we want.
That's very interesting, miss. What would you suggest?
If I were a man, I'd organize a posse to escort those wagons to Jackson City tomorrow.
The people might get hurt or killed.
You see, Mary, all of us are not brave like you.
Well, I'm not scared. I'll form a posse and see that your wagons get there safely, Mr. Langtree.
Well, since you put it that way, I should organize the posse. After all, I own the wagons.
Good. I'll help you, and I know T.D. Wilson will, too.
Folks, I've called you here today because Langtree here wants to form a posse to bring his wagons into town safely. And I think he has some pretty good reasons why we should help. All right, Langtree, you tell them.
At one time or another, most of you have had to pay tribute to a gang of outlaws who have a stranglehold on Jackson City. Until this lawlessness is stopped, your lives and the welfare of the entire community are in constant danger.
Yeah, but what can we do about it?
Just this. Let's organize a posse and ambush those bandits at Skeleton Pass.
I'm for it.
All right.
That's the spirit. You men get your horses and we'll leave from the sheriff's office.
They're going to ambush you boys at Skeleton Pass.
Well, what do you want us to do? Let the wagons go through?
Certainly not. We'll ambush them.
Let's fan out, get behind cover, and wait for those Jaspers to show themselves.
Yeah, we'll give them what they're looking for when they ain't looking for it.
Take cover back there.
This time those road agents are going to get what's coming to them.
I hope so. I'll bet you if they knowed I was here, they'd be scared.
They're attacking the wagons at the bottom of the pass.
We're too late.
Maybe not. Get on your horses. We're in a crossfire. Take cover.
It's a Durango Kid. Get out of here.
Here's our chance to get one of the wagons anyway. Come on, boys.
Hey! Boy, what a rootin'-tootin' he-catamount that galoot is. This another one of your scientific experiments?
No, I'm prospecting again. And Sally pointed right directly into that saloon.
Well, according to Sally, you're headed for a motherload of brass.
By golly, I am.
Hey, wait a minute. You'll only get thrown out again if you go in there and try to make off with that brass rail.
You should have seen that Durango Kid come down the mountain.
It was wonderful.
Oh, now, wait a minute, everybody. All I've heard is the Durango Kid. Please, enough is enough.
Well, I want to be just like him when I grow up.
Doctor, I wish you'd take a look at my hand. It was bothering me so much out there at Skeleton Pass, I just couldn't fight.
Is that the reason? You sure you weren't just scared?
It was bleeding. I can't stand the sight of blood.
I bet it wasn't red.
Barry said he ran away before the fight started.
Be quiet, Spike. What Mr. Langtry does is none of our business.
Maybe it is our business, Mary. I'd kind of like to know where this dude's been ever since the fight started.
Yeah, I'd like to know too, Langtry. I was in my hotel room.
No, you weren't, Mr. Langtry. I've been on the desk in the hotel all day, and I didn't see you come in.
But he wasn't even in the hotel.
I told you where I was. I don't wish to discuss it any further.
We do. We risked our lives to save your wagons, but you turned tail when the first shot was fired. Several of us were badly hurt. You're responsible for those men.
That's right. And if they die, I say he's a murderer.
Wait,
Let's give him a taste of Jackson City. Just wait a minute. Let's conform to the laws of Jackson City. Even if this man is guilty, he's entitled to a fair trial.
He's guilty, all right, but we'll give him a trial. Let's take him to jail.
Yeah, come on, get him. Give him a trial.
What are you doing, Smiley?
I brung some home-cooked victuals for my friend Steve Langry.
I don't figure that coyote deserves to eat. How come you're so all-fired anxious to help this hombre, Smiley?
You quit talking about my friend Steve, Mr. Wilson. You just don't want him to start another store here and take business away from yours. I know you, T.D.
Oh.
Thanks, Smiley. I can use some grub. Well, you'll find Sally's got everything you need. I wouldn't have opened Sally right away if I was you.
Kid had a bandage on his hand and Steve Langtry had one on his does not prove they're the same person.
Now listen, boss. The Durango Kid has a bandage on his left hand, and so does Langtry. Now, they're about the same height, and when one of them's around, the other one's missing. I'm sure of it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe. Hide in there. Why, Mr. Langtry, I thought you were...
In jail. They had a small fire, so they let me go. Doc, I want you to take a look at my hand, will you, please?
All right, sit down. Tell me, Mr. Langtry, where were you when the fight was going on?
Oh, I'm tired, Doctor. Too tired to talk.
Doesn't look so good. You know, this reminds me of Sheriff Coleman's case. His condition started just like this. From a gunshot wound. I had to give him an injection. Just like this. Oh, Mrs. Gates, I'm sorry, but I have a patient. I can't take you until tomorrow. All right, Fletcher, come on out of there.
What about him? What's going to happen now?
He'll be out cold in a minute.
Look at him, boss. He's gone.
Let's wrap him in this blanket and get him out of here.
What's he gonna think, boss?
Let me handle him.
Hiya, Doc.
Hello there, Smiley. What's that contraption?
Oh, that's all there is left to Sally. I invented that for hunting gold.
Oh.
Got time for me to show you how it works?
Now, we're in a hurry, Smiley. I've got to get back to see the sheriff.
Oh, it wouldn't take just a minute.
Ah.
What's the matter with that fella?
Well, that's a long story, Smiley. I'll tell you later.
Is he sick? He's sick.
Where do you want to put him, boss? Throw him in the back room. He won't come to for a couple of hours. Well, I've got to get back to see the sheriff. If he doesn't get his shot today, the old fool might get well on me. Fletcher, I want you to keep an eye on things. I've got a hunch something's going to break.
It seemed they'd never had the blues. Way back in Grandpa's days, they would walk to church without their shoes. Way back in Grandpa's days, ride a mule back to the mill. They was never stranded on the hill. Shake your hand and say, hello, Bill. Way back in Grandpa's days.
While in the church, they kept their seat.
Way back in Grandpa's days.
While the parson read, no one would speak.
Way back in Grandpa's days.
When he spoke, they'd nod their head and memorize each word he said. Then go home and go to bed.
Way back in Grandpa's days.
And when a girl would catch a beau,
way back in Grandpa's days,
up and down the road they'd go.
Way back in Grandpa's days.
Loving then was on the square. Ma and Pa was always there. Kiss their daughter if you dare.
Way back in Grandpa's days. I've often heard my grandma say, way back in Grandma's days, they wouldn't live their lives this way. Way back in Grandpa's days, never had no trouble then. Girls was girls and men was men, but it sure is different now from then. Way back in Grandpa's days. Way back in Grandpa's days.
Thanks, boys, very much.
Glad to see you getting better, boss.
Thank you.
Smiley. Huh? Wasn't that lunch supposed to be for me?
I knowed I was fixing that for somebody.
Oh, Smiley.
Pretty good, too.
Yeah? Oh, Smiley, remind me to tell the doctor when he comes today that I feel lots better since those last 2 injections he gave me. I don't feel so doped all the time.
Hmm?
Yeah, I know it was a different kind of medicine because it didn't burn when he gave it to me. Oh, what's the matter, Smiley?
I think I better tell you something. I got into the doctor's case the other day and put water in his medicine bottles. That's what he's been giving you the last 2 times. And that's crazy.
Unless what he was giving me before was making me sick.
The doc's on his way up here now. I seen him a while ago with some big burly feller. They had another feller thrown across the horse wrapped up in a blanket.
They had what? Well, just look at how my patient is thriving. Looks to me as though our sheriff is on the mend. Don't you think so, Smiley? Let's just see how you are doing, Sheriff.
I'll call and raise fire.
I'll check on the dude. Keep the game clean, boys. I wonder what's keeping Blackie.
How's he doing?
Very well, thank you. Easy. Drop your guns. Left hand. Get in there.
Smiley, look what we found in the jail cell.
Now, Mary, don't you scold me. Your daddy and me's figured out something's going on.
I should say so, with you setting off smoke bombs and Mr. Langtry disappearing from jail.
What? Disappeared? Steve?
He was last seen running into the doctor's office. I bet he's got him hid right now.
Uh-oh. I'll bet you that feller on the horse with the blanket over him was Steve. But Steve had spoke to me. Of course, if the doc had done something to him...
Why, Doc's a wonderful man. Doc sure has done a lot for Dad. Doc's a wonderful man. Why, hello, Doc.
Hello, Spike. Hello, Mary. Well, folks, I've got to be getting along. Mary, your father is looking better, but you'd better keep him in bed.
Smiley, you fool, go after him. Get him.
Me too. Dad, get back into bed. He's heading away from Jackson City.
Where do you think he's going, Spike?
He's heading for those foothills. There's an old empty shack behind those rocks. I used to play there when I was a kid.
A shack, huh? I'll bet you that's where he's going. You know, Spike, I'm just worried silly.
Me too.
I tell you what, I'll follow him, and you get back to town and find all the help you can.
All right, Smiley. Don't let him get away.
I won't. Oh, me?
Any trouble?
No. The only thing I've seen is a mountain lion.
What's that?
Must be that mountain lion prowling around again.
Mountain lions don't come down near shacks in the daytime. Let's take a look around. That's a mountain lion, all right. There's nothing to be afraid of. Let's go back.
What do you think, that ring eye? I sound more like a lion than a real lion, don't I?
Where is everybody?
I don't know, boss.
Coming out! Let us out of here!
What happened? Where's Langtry?
He wasn't out, boss. He jumped me and knocked me cold.
Then he locked us in here.
You stupid fools.
Look, there's Smiley.
I found it. I found the hideout. Follow me.
Jig's up, boss.
I'm afraid you're right. Everybody in Jackson City will know about our setup now. Let's clear out of here.
On it.
Well, Middleton, just as it's finally caught up with you.
You're jumping to conclusions, Durango.
They're the right ones. Dismount and take cover. Keep your head down, Spike. Hold your fire out there. Get outside. Suffering catfish, the Durango Kid.
Gee.
Let's get over there. You'll find 3 more of these sidewinders inside. Did you get Middleton? No, I'm after him right now.
thought Steve Langry was one of them Eastern dudes when he was just play acting. You didn't know he was a government special agent, but I knowed it all the time.
Well, take care of yourself, Sheriff, and I hope you get well.
I sure will. Now.
I always did want to shake hands with the Durango Kid.
Well, maybe you will someday, Spike. I'm sure he'd be mighty proud to shake hands with you, too. Adios, Smiley. Hope Sally finds gold for you.
Oh, that contrary thing has caused me more trouble.
Bye, everybody. Good luck.
Goodbye, Steve. Goodbye. Everything always comes out dandy, comes out dandy, comes out dandy. Everything always comes out dandy when you start to sing. Gotta stay sweet like chocolate candy, chocolate candy, chocolate candy. Gotta stay sweet like chocolate candy, singing, that's the thing. Harmonizing keeps you smiling, you'll forget your cares. Laughing out loud sure is catching, it helps everywhere. Wanna be happy, gotta keep singing, gotta keep singing, gotta keep singing. Wanna be happy,